white snow, red sky, reach up so high, blue eyes, fake cry, beware of the fox tonight. The cold feet.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of NOVAtazz's Automotive Podcast. This one is episode 47 of season 4. Not very many episodes left of this year. Pretty sure maybe 2, if not 1. That's if I go live Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. At this given point, I don't see why I wouldn't be, but we'll see. But anyway, welcome back. Spent more time doing some digital artwork for my partner. Really haven't made any progress on the wiring behind me, as in I know that I can't buy any of the parts that I need to order anyway. So kind of at a stalemate. Like I said, wasn't my priority this week. Was looking at having to work 12-hour shifts all week. Unfortunately, our laser at work went down. Well, fortunately for me, unfortunate for the company, the laser at the work went down, which I run, and production is quite. We had to have another factory make our parts for us. So I have a feeling that I am going to end up having to make up hours on the laser in the near future whenever they get it back up and running. This laser is about 10 years old and constantly freaking going down. Hold on. So, where was I at? So I haven't really focused on the wiring behind me. I kind of need to get this new logo done for my other half. It's coming out pretty good. I've just kind of been whittling at it here and there. Honestly, you can't sit down and draw if your brain's not in the right place. And it's the holiday season, and we all know how holidays tend to affect motivation and mood and everything else sometimes. But yeah, this bottle feels weird. It feels like it's flat. It is flat on one side. Anyway, for anyone that's joining, leave a message, a comment. Let's get some conversation started. This live stream and podcast works best with viewer interaction. So say hi. Let me know you're out there. I will definitely go through an update of what's going on with the channel in the meantime, just to see where we are at. Now I know why I edit all these ums out in my videos. So like I said, been working on some digital artwork, picked up some new digital brushes for my art program, looking at making some new designs for the channel. As you can see, we have one of them right over here. This is the newest one, Mind Blown. You can pick it up at NOVAtazz.com. And I absolutely love that shirt. It's been in my head for 3 years-ish now, so it's nice to finally see it actually out there, and see what we can get. Thinking I might actually put up a limited time t-shirt with this holiday logo guy I have up here in the corner. I've run variations of that logo every Christmas. If you go back through my Instagram and stuff, I've run that logo. So I think I might do a limited t-shirt. Probably only have it up for 2 or 3 weeks. See if anybody picks it up. So going to run that up there. As far as, like I said, with the channel itself, I haven't done much with the wiring. I know that I need to order a bunch of parts. I'm kind of strapped for cash at the moment. with the holidays and everything else, and YouTube basically taking a crap as far as revenue goes. And I haven't, like I said, haven't focused on buying because I know that if I can stop tripping over my own tongue, YouTuber for like 10 years and still can't talk right. Um, but knowing that I can't buy the parts right away kind of doesn't make it very high incentive to jump on finishing um, going through that wiring harness. I'm pretty much done anyway. It's just a matter of adding up all the parts that I need and coming up with a shopping list. Oh, let's see. What else do I need? As far as the modeling stuff that I do, I need to pick up a few things for that as well. I need to pick up a new pair of nippers. I had my eye on um, an airbrush, because really don't like using the cans. I mean, a lot of the stuff on the chassis and stuff, I have plenty of paint that I can brush paint. For this truck that I'm doing, I think brush painting will be just fine. But for some of the other stuff, the Chevelle that I'm doing, I kind of want to be able to airbrush that one. We'll see. But like I said, I definitely need a new pair of nippers. The ones that I have met an unfortunate demise with some jewelry wire. Somebody thought that they were useful for snipping wire as well as plastic sprue. Found out real quick they didn't work very well for wire. But I also lost my nippers in the process. So, got to replace those. Not a big deal. Just got to go out and go do it. Let's see if there's anybody. No messages. Okay. I didn't know if I had message from. Why is that not working? Oh, that sucks. Um, but yeah. So I plan on jumping back on working on these plastic models. I really want to get that truck done. It's a matter of just getting onto it and doing it. Um, as far as anything else, that's about where I'm at with that stuff. Like I said, doing the digital painting thing, I plan on digging into that some more and getting onto that. Let's move on to videos that I have to edit. I still have the first truck video to do. I think I just have to film an outro for that. If that. I think I might have already done that. Don't know. We'll see. I have to jump on editing that. Like I said, I've been working on the digital painting for my partner, and so I haven't done any video editing. The other video I have to edit is diving into the wiring of the TA and that whole process of coming to the conclusion that I need to take a step back and categorize where I'm at and do an inventory so I know what I need to go get. So there's that video coming out. I don't know if I expect that one to do very well or not, but it's part of the process, so it's going to get filmed, it's going to get edited. Somebody might find it helpful, somebody might not. I don't know. But I'm gonna have to go. I had to find a way to be able to go through and show the process of how I came up with what I need and going through the spreadsheet and why I did it that way. Not quite sure. I'm not very good at screen capturing through what's on my computer, and I don't want to do the whole hold the camera and show the screen because that always comes out horrible. So we'll figure out what I can do. I have two monitors. I should be able to do it, and I should be able to show what I need to show. But it's gonna have to take some work to get doing that. Um, let's see, future plans. Trans Am, we already kind of know where that's going. Got to order the rest of the stuff for the wiring. And this will be taking us into the new year. So got to order the stuff I need to finish the wiring. We got to build that harness and get it in the car. Got to finish the last bits and pieces for the EFI kit. Like actually mounting the throttle body to the intake, actually setting in the distributor. Right now, it's everything just mocked in place. Coming up with the plates to mount the relay box and power distribution block. I gotta paint the radiator so it's not so aluminum looking. I think I'm gonna reuse my stock fan shroud and hide the new radiator underneath of it. I have already checked the dual electric fans fit with inside the original fan shroud, so that'll work. I was even contemplating throwing on the original, well, it's not original, but throwing on the fan and running that as just, I guess, maybe added. But I don't know. I think I might leave it off at first and see how it does. If it does fine with it off, I might just leave it off. Eventually, I want to swap over to an electric water pump as well. And my theory for that is if I throw on an electric water pump with the electric fans, I might be able to have them on a timed relay to continue to run. Yeah, to continue to run for a little while after the car shuts off. Or have it on a toggled switch so that I can turn them on and have them run manually. So that way I can cool the car down even if it's not running. Because I know that those Pontiac 400s do get hot, and I don't want to pull up to a car show and it overheat when I park it, even though it shouldn't. I don't know. I just think it might be a good idea to do that. But plans are get the TA up and running, get the driver's side window back in it. Hopefully I can pick up my door seals. I have a full, I think it's soft seals. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on the brand. I bought it so many years ago. I think like 2015, 2016. I bought a complete seal kit for that car. And I need to put new seals in it. And that way that car can fire up and drive outside. And then 2023, I will be bringing my Novas back home. And we'll start the process of converting them from clapped out late 70s muscle car to resto drag mod, I guess is what you want to call it. I want that old school classic drag look, but with modern technology. So the end goal for that one is LS swap of some sort, LT or LS swap, modern engine, modern fuel injection, preferably supercharged. That's kind of the direction I want to go. I don't want anything necessarily sticking out the freaking hood by a good bit. So if it fits underneath the 2 or 3 cow induction hood, it's kind of the direction I want to go. But I think first we'll just go with just trying to get an LS powered engine in it. Probably going to go with a Holly Dominator series ECU, so I don't have to deal with any of the stock GM stuff like having to have the computer pedal. I want to be able to stick with a throttle body position sensor, or well, throttle position sensor up on the throttle body, and not having the stupid electric pedal. I really don't want the computer controlling my throttle, more so controlling timing and air fuel ratio. So we'll go with that. I don't need necessarily. Well, traction control can still be controlled with timing and air fuel, but um, well, at least you're here, Harvey. I'm guessing you're the one that's been here since not after just not long after starting. Because unless there's a second new person, maybe. I've had a view since almost 9 o'clock that hasn't messaged. I don't know how long you've been here. If you can, why is it hard to type today? Okay, just got here. All right. So there's somebody been sitting in here since like 9:06. So somebody's been sitting in here for quite a while without talking, which is fine. You don't have to talk. I don't, or it might be just somebody sitting here that isn't allowed to talk, because I do have some people blocked. Though if you feel that if you are somebody that's in here and you feel that you have tried to comment and can't, you can message me on Instagram. Maybe, I don't know. Ooh, that sucks, buddy. I feel for you. Being anybody of a tinkerer and having to have hand surgery, that's gotta suck. You must not be able to do very much right now. And as a tinkerer, that would kill me. But like I said, here for you guys. Anyone that's here, and clear my schedule every Saturday just to be able to put this podcast on. So appreciate anybody that shows up. Harvey, did you take notice to my little holiday logo I have going up in the corner? Oh, Pilot here. Oh, now everybody's showing up. I've done a whole channel recap, and now people are showing up. Pain for gain, can't open door. Oh, that sucks. Hi Big E, hi Pilot. I was in the middle of going through what we're doing with the channel. We got to, I think, the Nova. I've gone over the TA, gone over the model. I haven't done modeling for 2020. We went over what's been going up currently. Basically stated the future plans for the TA. Like I said, it's just a matter of getting it up, running, and driving. Get the seals in the car so that way I can park it outside without having to worry about it flooding. And then we're focusing on the Nova. Got to bring them home. Whether it's just one at a time or both of them, I don't know. But got to get the black car stripped out. Engine, trans, rear, whole front clip, saving all of that. Then I'm going to have to start cutting into the body and removing any of the stuff that I need to transfer over to the new car. So like the airbox area, I want to cut that out because the new car, I think, is air conditioned, and my old car is factory. Well, is a non-air car, and I don't really need the AC. If I go AC, I'm gonna go aftermarket AC anyway. I think I'm pretty sure that's what that is. I don't think that. Yeah, no, my old car did not have AC. Gotta remove that. I gotta remove a part down in the rocker panel. Because somebody on the new car yanked out the drain hole. So I'm gonna need to cut a piece of my old car out to fix that. Some other things. I think the transmission tunnel, I need to cut some part out of it. Just to double check. Because there's some ripped up holes in the floorboard in the tranny tunnel area. And then basically get that car set up to be roller, and then I want to start modifying it. I want to bring the inner wheel wells all the way into the frame. I don't think they make a frame kit for that. I don't even know if that's even working just yet. I haven't even tried. Oh, yeah, I guess it is working. So yeah, I want to tub the wheels. I want to be able to fit a 14 or 15-inch wide tire underneath of the back of that car, inside the wheel well. I'm not looking to back half that car. Will do it if I have to, but not looking to. Goal for that car is to throw a 6-liter plus modern engine in it. Probably still stick with like a turbo 400, turbo 350, probably a turbo 400. End goal though is to put a manual transmission in that car, but I don't know where in the cards that's going to fall. Money's going to play a big role in all of this, so can't do mods without money. Have big plans. Big plans take big monies, which is also why I'm doing the Nova first, because the Trans Am's got bigger plans. So they are not a do first car. The Nova can be ratty. I don't care if it's super, super gorgeous looking. I want to have fun in the Nova, so it'll be decent enough looking. But the TA I want like SEMA nice looking. Even though it's funny because half the cars at SEMA, they only look nice. You start digging deeper into them, and some of them are fit and finishes kind of slapped together right there at the end. They tend to look good after the show, but sometimes there's some stuff that still needs polishing as it rolls onto the showroom floor, which is kind of funny. A lot of those are down to the wire builds, and actually it's kind of fun watching people make cars to take to SEMA. B for the build. B is for build. I don't have SEMA money. I want SEMA quality, but I don't have SEMA money. I have no monies. Currently right now, yeah, YouTube is literally shoving it up my butt right now. Hence the reason why I've been pushing the t-shirts. I technically can make more money off of these t-shirts with just a couple people buying them than I make off of YouTube. Though there is one thing, we are really, really approaching 3,000 subs. I'm sitting at 2,854, 53, somewhere around there. So like 140 some to go. But yeah, so there is that. So the Nova is gonna look cool looking. It's still gonna have its same. I want it to have its same brake it's got now. You know, I want to kind of keep the ride height where it's at. I want that back end all the way up in the air. I want that front nose down in the ground. I want that look. That look is going to be nasty. Bio Z06 and sell it for profit. I'd have to have the money to buy the Z06 first. My luck is I'm going to have to go out and go buy a fucking box van and steal the iron block 6.0 out of it. That's probably going to be the route that I take, because I don't think I'm going to be able to afford a ZL1 or a Corvette, which will have the engine that I actually want. I think that the cheapest way to get the car running and driving is going to be getting either a Suburban, not a Denali, Escalade, or a delivery truck. I think those are going to be the three best options, is finding one of those that still runs and drives ish. That's, you know, just to get just to have the parts car that I need to do what I want. Yeah, once I have the engine, it's a start. Yep, you're right. And that's why I said I'll probably end up getting that, because even if I get that, that engine I don't believe is that much different than the, what is it, an LSA, LT something or other, LT7. I don't know what it is. basically, I'm looking for GM's supercharged stock engine. I think they're, what are they? They're not a 6.0. They're a I don't even know. I haven't even looked that far into it because that hasn't even gotten to my path yet. But that is the general direction. 6.2. Thank you, Biggie. I do not know the modern engines as much as I know the older ones. Hopefully, I will be though. But like I said, I kind of want to get one of those. I probably will start with that massive stock wiring harness. But the end goal is to go to something like a Holly Dominator series, where I can control everything with that harness. Eliminate. I don't want their stupid electronic pedal or having to use their dash cluster. Not Holly's dash cluster. I don't want to use the. I don't want to have to use the dash cluster out of whatever I yank the engine out of. So I'd rather be able to get the engine and then, like I said, probably end up with a Holly Dominator series. So that way I can. Was it Terminator or Dominator? My brain is farting or frogging, whatever. Brain frogs. Basically, they're standalone ECU. Because I know I can hook up like Dakota digital gauges through that. I can run a throttle body, throttle position sensor. I don't have to go with their stupid actuator pedal. I don't have to go with their keyed ignition and steering column. Like, I don't want any of that stuff because all of that stuff's going to make my car not what I want it to be. I want the engine. That's what I want. And obviously, whatever wiring I have to use because of that. I can hide a Holly ECU. I can't hide a steering column. You know, modern steering columns are big, bulky, ugly. I don't like them. Did you just get chased out of the living room by the cat? I think my dog just got chased out of the living room by our cat. Because I did hear them having an argument out there. Yes, they are what, Biggie? Big and bulky and ugly? Because I agree with that statement. Yeah, I don't want any of that modern stuff. I don't want the interior to be that modern. I said I don't mind. Like I said, I don't mind having to incorporate the modern wiring that comes with a modern engine. I just don't see the reason why the engine has to be, grouped in with the instrument cluster and the steering column and all of that. That just makes no sense to me. Except for just corporations getting don't touch my stuff happy. But yeah, so Nova, old school drag car looking, modern technology. So I think I had it earlier. It's a resto drag mod. I think is what I'm going with. I don't know if I'm going to throw a roll cage in that car or not. I have thought about it in the past. I just kind of want it to look like a drag car, but be a street car. If I think that makes sense. Big fatty tires. Little skinnies up front, which I kind of ran that for a while. I used to run 15x6s up front. Yeah, 15x6s up front with like a 195, 60 or 65 R15s. Well, that's if I take it on the track and I run faster than 10 seconds. But yeah, I used to run I think it was a 195, 60, or 65 R15s in the front. But the problem with then is I ran a really wide but low profile tire in the back, so that car ran kind of level then. Because those were my 15 by 8-inch Kraggers in the back, 15 by 6s up front, 15 by 8s in the back. That's what I ran. I used to run. Well, yes and no, pilot. This is just kind of like the TA stuff. There are some stuff you need to do while the car is apart and on the rotisserie. Because this car will be completely blown apart. In fact, it already is. The gray car, the only thing that is in the gray car, there's kind of a rear end kind of stuffed in it. There's no drive shaft, there's no engine, there's no trans. There's no wiring in that car to speak of at all. It is gutted. There's no front clip other than the front subframe and, you know, A-arm spindles, tires. That's it. That car is literally the definition of a roller. There is nothing on that car other than what I need to be able to roll it around. The black car is not far from that. The black car has a little bit more on it, but that's because I had nowhere to keep the engine and trans. So the engine, trans, drive shaft, rear are all still in the car. The interior is completely gutted. There is not a stitch of wiring or anything in that car whatsoever. There are no interior pieces in that car. There's no dash, no steering column, no nothing. It is completely gutted. As far as the front half of the car, that still has the hood, fenders, like I said, engine, trans. Basically, under the hood is still complete. Everything from the firewall forward is still on the black car. Mainly because I planned on literally taking the whole front end of that car off in one piece. I do not plan on taking the front end of that car apart just yet. When I get that car to the house, I will unbolt the subframe from the body. Obviously, the front fenders, hood, all of that. I'm leaving everything on the car. Everything on that front clip, leaving it all together. I'm just pulling it off of the car, and it will get stuffed in the other side of the garage until I'm ready to deal with it. Because the main goal with the black car is get the stuff off of it that I need, and scrap the rest. The car is nothing but Swiss cheese. There's not enough left of that car. I'm sure if I start taking it apart anymore, it's just going to fall apart in pieces. I'll probably take the glass, the usable glass out of that car. I'm not quite sure what is usable. I'm pretty sure the front glass is still usable, so I'll snag that. Not quite sure. I don't remember. Then the gray car will go in the shop. I'm not keeping that front subframe, so I will pull the front subframe off. I will pull the A-arms, spindles, any usable parts off of that front subframe. Pretty sure that front subframe, well, actually, I already know. That front subframe on the gray car is garbage. You can see where it's been smacked, and I'm pretty sure it's not straight. So get that off the car. That'll go in the scrap. Like I said, I'll keep the suspension parts off of it for now, but I have a feeling I'm not going to be using any of the suspension from either cars by the time that car is done. So I might keep the suspension, obviously, for rolling purposes. But like I said, I'll probably just end up keeping the front suspension off of the black car. They were both inline 6 cars, so neither of them have V8 front suspensions. So neither of them really are what I need as far as an end goal, because I'm pretty sure that the modern engine weighs actually more than my small block 350. which is funny because most of the modern stuff is aluminum. But like I said, with all the wiring harness and everything else, I'm pretty sure that the newer engine setup will weigh more than my small block 350 setup. Let's see. As far as the body of the gray car, like I said, I will be cutting out the rear quarters. Both rear quarters need to be replaced. Both wheel tubs need to be replaced. I have some spot fixes here and there around the body to fix. The rear quarter window on the passenger side needs to be replaced all the way back to the trunk. So basically that whole interior section from the quarter window all the way back up over the package tray and down along the inside of the trunk. I think all of that needs to be replaced. Big E says the 5.3 is aluminum. It also consumes enough oil to classify as a two-stroke. That's hilarious. So is it a rotary or two-stroke? So, yeah, so there's gonna be some body work with the Nova. So the Nova will get the body work it needs, and hopefully it doesn't brap. The Gray Nova is gonna have to get body worked first. Like I said, needs a tail light pan, quarters, wheel tubs, quarter window on the passenger side, odds and ends, parts of the transmission tunnel, that driver's side back half of the rocker. I think that's about it as far as the body on that car. Like I said, I'm going to wheel tub it so that way it'll fit a wider tire. Move the springs, the rear shocks inboard. At that point, I need to decide whether or not I want to go 4-link with that car, or either go 4-link with that car or stay with the stock leaf spring setup. That'll be yet to be decided. But again, all of that stuff is something that I should do before that car ends up back down on the ground. All of that stuff will come before I even think about an engine. All right, I know what engines I'm planning on going with, so I can at least prepare a little bit as far as that stuff is concerned. But like I said, the goal is to get most of the body work done and get that car in epoxy primer to seal it, and then we can start working on going in the direction of the modifications that I want to do. So modern engine, possibly modern trans, most likely a turbo 350, turbo 400 I mean. Love to do a gear bender's overdrive. I'm probably going to stick with a solid rear axle. Preferably GM. I don't necessarily think I need to put in a Ford 9-inch or whatever. We'll see. Maybe I do need that. I don't know. I might throw the GM one in and blow up. End up having to go with a Ford anyway. Oh, let's see. But yeah, get that body and epoxy primer. You know, doors, fenders, hood, front subframe. Well, yeah, once we get the body done, I can start working on the front subframe. And Nova with the 6L80. That's the electronic lockup turbo 400, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure. I mean, 6-speed auto. Maybe. Depends on how much power it can handle. I have not looked into those to see how much power they can handle. That is the big key. A turbo 400 will definitely handle the power, and a gearbender's overdrive will handle the power if it's behind that. Yeah, well, just because it's in a V8 truck does not mean it's going to handle 600 to 700 to 1,000 horsepower. No, the first engine I put in it probably won't have that much horsepower, but if I end up with the supercharged V8 that I want, I know that they made like 600 to 700 horsepower stock. So there's that. You know, how much horsepower is one of those going to take? As far as yeah, so get that car into epoxy primer. I know the paint scheme that I've wanted for it. Big E knows I've had the paint scheme in mind for that car all the way back since we were playing Forza 4. Um, it's gonna go black with a pepper gray and a yellow mustard pinstripe. So, and of course, flames. That car has always had flames for as long as I've owned it, in one way or the other. And I will incorporate ghost flames into that paint scheme somewhere. Probably in the gray. I'll probably smoke in the. I'll probably put like smoke flames through the gray. Um, but yeah, I mean, like that car, the Nova, the Nova, I want to be eye grabbing enough to catch new subscribers. That is kind of the goal. I want to have fun with it, but I also want to capture people's attention. Then, when that car is done or close to being done, we'll go back to tinkering with the TA. But I don't feel that's going to be a next year thing. That might be a year after that, or whatever we get to it. I don't want to plan too far ahead because every time I do that, everything gets all fucked up. Because like I planned on having this TA done and running so I could play with it this summer or last summer, the summer that passed. Obviously that didn't happen because parts didn't come in. Needed more parts than I thought I did, and that whole fun. So so yeah, that's where I am at with that. Um, I can't wait to get the Nova home. I mean, my girlfriend absolutely hates it. I'll tell you this right now. She is trying to get me to sell that Nova since day one. She likes the TA. Well, she likes the TA better. I don't know if she actually likes the TA, but she likes the TA better. The thing is, the Nova has not been on the road and has been kind of in storage here and there the whole time I've been with her. Um, the Nova has a special like the TA definitely has a special place in my heart. Um, yeah, that is where I got my nickname. Is the car that's sitting down in storage. That is definitely how I got my nickname. Well, at least the first part. Second part of my nickname, Taz, I've always had. I've had that since I was a kid. But my friends used to call me Nova when I had the Nova. Oh, well, that'll probably be the ones that ends up in the car eventually anyway then. But that's all computer controlled if I remember correctly. I don't know if the Holly Dominator can control that or not. I don't. I'd have to do some research. I don't know how any of that works. That whole process is going to be a learning curve for me. I have not dived into modern engines. I really didn't have any need to. I couldn't afford to work on anything that they came in or own anything that they came in. So really didn't bother. Um, I mean, to be honest, I didn't think I'd ever have anything like the sniper. I mean, to be point blank, that sniper is super expensive for me and the amount of money that I make. So that was a feat. For what I'm doing with the TA, that was a feat for me. That was a feat for 2 years ago me. Let's put it that way. You're not that late, Jesse. I mean, I'm not gonna recap the last hour for you, but we basically just you just realized it was Saturday. I'm not gonna recap the last hour for you. But just basically been going over plans for the channel, plans for the cars, where we're going, what we're doing. Feel free to ask questions because I'm starting to run out of my own knowledge or my own commentary. That's it. 20 demerits for you, Jesse. What? I have a doggo. You can't see the doggo. Is it gonna let me put it down? See, doggo. Let's get this pointed back in the right direction here. There we go. What do you want, doggo? Yeah, I don't have one. Um, I'm actually in the market for. I'm in the market for new co-hosts for next year. I'm not saying that the ones I have currently are bad. I just want something fresh. Preferably somebody with a YouTube channel or at least a good personality. Somebody that can stand my BS. I did put up a poll on my community page on Facebook, the NOVAtazz community group. So if you have any ideas or what have you, you can leave them on that post. Hopefully we can make this live stream better. You don't want pistachios, do you? My dog's sitting here giving me eyeballs for pistachios. Whether it's I need ideas for the podcast. What you think we can do to do things better. Aren't they? I have no idea. I don't give him pistachios. Period. He has his dog food. He might get some steak or hamburger or something once in a while. But I generally do not give him people food. I mean, he eats my socks, so I think a pistachio is nowhere near as bad as eating my socks. Like, I cannot leave a sock anywhere where he can get it. It'll be gone before I blink. We're gonna end up taking him to the hospital for fucking ingesting a sock at some point. But yeah, he is my pibble. Though I did come across why is my thumb thingy not working? I'm gonna see who's messaging. Of course, it's the girlfriend. Does she not know that I'm live? Where was I? My ADHD train has been derailed. Yes, please help support and donate to the channel. Kick poor Chris off of the stream boss. I know that I'm working on possibly doing some custom emotes for the live stream maybe. I think I can do that. What are you doing, doggo? Yeah, I'm gonna redo the backdrop behind the live stream. I think. Maybe change the color scheme up a little bit. I don't know. Anything new with the models? No, not really. Truck is still sitting here. Truck is still sitting right here. That's the front nose for the Chevelle. I have not worked on either of these for two reasons. I did go over it earlier, but I have no problems going over that again. Where can I put this? Let's put this over here. I need a new pair of snippers or nippers or whatever you call them, diagonals for the plastic sprue cutters. I need to restock on glue. Definitely nothing against my girlfriend, but she got into jewelry making and some other stuff, and some of my hobby supplies did get used up in that process. She has made some amazing pieces. But I need new nippers because when she first started doing the wire wrapping, she saw my nippers and thought they were like regular metal diagonals, and she tried to use them to cut her metal wire, and needless to say, I think they're right here. Um, they are they are no longer acceptable for cutting sprue. I mean, the blade tips don't even touch enough to be able to cut through plastic. So, need to get a new pair of nippers. Was looking at picking up an air gun. I think I still have it on my Amazon. It wasn't super expensive. Um, but I also need to pick up a. Where is that at? There it is. I need to. No, 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 no. She just didn't know. She has wire nippers, and you can't tell me that the plastic nippers don't look similar to the jewelry metal ones. Um, where's my wish list? Here it is. So yeah, this is the kit that I was looking at. There we go. If it'll focus on the words, damn it. Anyway, it's like $39. A few of the YouTube channels that I follow have reviewed this particular one, and they say it's a really good airbrush for its price. Now ultimately the airbrush that I would love to paint my models with, as far as the bodies, um, is made international scale modeler. It's his branded brush, airbrush, but it's always sold out because it's made by Badger. Um, it is made by Badger, but it is his brand. So it's like $100 less than a Badger brush, but the same quality as a Badger brush. I don't know if they have any of them in stock currently. Mm, no, this is not the space that I'm looking for. Ultimate modeling. That's what it is. It's ultimate modeling projects, not international scale modeler. Got it wrong. Um, where is my list. I should get one just to have to add a filter on my. Yeah, I mean, an airbrush is really definitely something that any scale modeler should have. Not necessarily having to rely on it. Here it is. It's the Apex airbrush. This one is super goddamn light. Maybe turn down the light on my phone. Maybe that might help. There we go. The fucking phone light. Did it go back up again? It did. Stay down. Nope, that's my notifications. Of course, it's gonna go all freaking bright again. But yeah, Ultimate Apex airbrush. Anyway, so that is the one that I actually really want. I think that one's just over $100 or so. At work, we have a kind of airbrush thing at work. It's like a pressure canister that fits on top of a proprietary cup. You puncture the seal and it releases the pressure you dispense your mix. Yeah, well, both like I said, the one airbrush is just like a cheap starter airbrush. That Ultimate Apex airbrush, like I said, is a Badger. It's manufactured by Badger, for International Scale Modeler and his company Ultimate Modeling Products. If you watch my videos, all of the sanders that I use are through him, along for a few of other things. So you dispense your mix or mix your own paint and pour into a little cup before you put the canister on. After that, it's like using an aerosol can. Yeah, but the problem with that is probably the same thing with the aerosol can. Is you controlling air pressure, controlling paint flow. That's what I have a problem with using these spray cans. When you're trying to do something small and delicate where you just want to put a little bit of paint on it, those things just like are trying to paint with a fire hose. It's just, for anything small and delicate, it just floods the model with paint. Now I know that the ones that they have down at Harbor Freight, they're not too bad. So I mean, it's not like you couldn't go that route as well. But like I said, do your research. If you're into modeling, find some modeling channels on YouTube other than mine. I do not have the knowledge that some of these guys do. I mean, definitely, yeah, follow my stuff for, just cool builds, but I'm still learning. I have to unlearn things that I had learned 20 years ago. Um, like testers is not a thing anymore. Uh, Goopy glue, not a thing anymore. So all this stuff I have to unlearn. Um, but yeah, so all that stuff I have to unlearn and relearn new ways of doing things. Um, I think I did just okay. I mean, I don't know if I saw my models that I did from back then, which I guarantee you none of them exist. Um, Whoever got my storage shed probably just threw them straight in the garbage. Yeah, you can still find Testors paint, but it's no longer anything new from Testors is not made by Testors anymore. It's made by Rust-Oleum. I have maybe up here, or is it down here? I don't know what I did with it. I have two. Nope. So I have two. Why, this ring light is so bright, even when I turn it down. Let me turn this down even more. There we go. So I have two of their testers. This one's not even opened. Two of their lacquer. This is clear coat. I think this one's clear coat as well. But as you can see, they are no longer made by testers. They are a Rust-Oleum product. And Rust-Oleum, they're okay. They're not the best paint in the world. They're like the Walmart of paints anymore. Well, that Rust-Oleum black that I have, which I'm not sure what color this is currently. I'm gonna guess this is the black. So they don't even have a label on it anymore. Yeah, this is the black. That's the stuff that just literally hosed my model. I mean, that's the original reason why I had to completely strip this body. Now it's dusty, but and YouTube's got to make that look like shit probably. But this is, what did I eventually end up going with? I'm not even sure what I ended up eventually going with. But it's a gloss enamel that I had sprayed was it Mr. Hobby? No, it was Tamiya's matte clear. But yeah, I just found that it put way too much paint down. And I couldn't get it to just, like, even when I could get it to just mist on, the paint was so thick that it wouldn't lay flat. It wouldn't level out. I heated the cans up. I did it during the summer when it was warm outside. I just could not get it to do what I wanted it to do. Yeah, Tamiya is who I go with. A lot of the newer kits that I have, a lot of the good new kits that I have are Tamiya kits. But of course, the AMT, the Revel, the MPC, those kits are easier to find. The Tamiya kits are harder to find around me, especially the cars. The other thing I don't necessarily care for Tamiya, though, is the fact that a lot of their kits, at least their car kits, are what they call a curbside kit, which has no under the hood detail. And whatever. I have, let me get this truck out of here before I end up breaking it. Give me a second. Let me get this truck back up here out of the way. Like I said, before I end up breaking it. Under this stack over here, I have a Tamiya kit. Yeah, all my models are hiding behind my computer. I want to build these guys too. I don't think I've shown you these ones. I have Optimus Prime. And there's not a whole lot of detail on these kits, but they'd be pretty cool just to build. I think they'd be a really quick build. And I have Megatron. Knocking everything down. But I have this kit from Tamiya that I want to build. And I had it open before. The body on this thing is so crisp. I tried to use the staples. The body on this thing is absolutely gorgeous. But it has literally no engine detail. It's all body. So if you can't see it through the windows, and whatnot, then it does not exist. Yeah. That's it. There's no engine, no nothing. Yeah, it's still styrene. Pretty sure it's still styrene. But yeah, it's an absolutely gorgeous model. I mean, I could pull out the Firebird model I have sitting here and show you that one, and it's like night and day. As far as like detail and fit and finish. We're gonna have to put all this stuff back away later. Come on, come out. All right, see you later, Harvey. Oh my troll is here. Hello, troll. Who won, Pilot? The mouse or you? Ah! Just dropped a knife with a dog running around. That's always a great thing. So yeah, here's the... Geez, that doesn't even want to fit in there. This is the body for the TA. And fit and finish on this thing is nowhere near the level of the Tamiya kit. I already know, like, the rear taillight is so wrong. I take it most of you guys know what a 79 Trans Am taillight looks like. That's the taillight panel in this kit for the 79 TA. It's nowhere near close. There's the front nose cone. And you can see all the flash on the sprue. Just like you don't see that stuff on Tamiya kits. The flash around the part here. Like you don't get that stuff with Tamiya kits. But this kit's also a lot bigger, which actually makes it worse because it is a bigger kit. Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's gonna suck. So I just noticed that on the nose. That, like, what is that? Why? Why is that there? That's not supposed to be there. So I'm gonna have to sand that all freaking down to shape that to the right way it's supposed to be. That sucks. But yeah, this is going to be an ongoing project. I'm gonna probably have to yeah, there's no place like home, Jess. Oh, I need to put that back in the bag. But yeah, there's this is I'm gonna probably be in contact with some 3D printing guys to have some parts made up for this thing because there's so many things that are not right. But it's better than not having the kit at all. So the funny thing is that's not in the picture. The picture doesn't have that on the front. But, you know, whatever. I love how they don't show the back of the car. They did not show the back of this car in any of the pictures. Because it looks like... Oh, wait, no, they do. But they have it all blacked out. You can't see it. I have models stacking up everywhere now. We'll just stack these to the ceiling. There we go. But yeah, with that kit, I want to get some, I'd love to get some new wheels printed. Get that rear, I want to get the rear tail lights printed in a clear red resin. So that way they actually look right. I should say transparent red. That's why that kit's not being done, because that's going to be a need to do in the future kit. It's funny, they're still using... This is the instructions from the last time that this kit was ran, because that's the 79 TA car, the special edition anniversary car, the gray on gray, which they did run that decal set for this car, for this model on a previous run. Put that away. Yeah, it's just a matter of finding somebody that has one, and but the other half of that is being able to make an accurate 3D render of what you need, and then having it printed to the right size, because, you know, it's just because that says, I think it's like a 1/8, 1/16. It's a 1/16 scale, so it's a little oddball. I have not used CAD geez, in like 15, 16 years. Probably more than that. Probably pushing closer to 20 years. I want a 3D printer. I don't want a crappy one. And I think the only ones that I can afford right now are crappy ones. But I'm not sure if CAD would be the better program to use for that or Blender. I don't know what they use. I'm not quite sure what they use to do the 3D models. I'm almost tempted um to get those cameras that can record stuff in 3D space. That might actually be a pretty decent option because then I could just throw the back end of my car together and literally just, or be able to scan an actual car. Fusion 360. I have Blender, I think, on this computer. Let me double check. Do I have Blender? No, I do not have Blender. I thought I had Blender. I think I downloaded Blender at one time. Just not on this current. Not on this current build. I think I had Blender on my last computer. There are certain programs that I want. I'd love to download and try CAD again. I had so much fun with CAD when I was younger. I want to learn Blender. There's a program called SketchUp. I want to try that. That is more for doing woodworking projects and stuff like that. I'd love to be able to have that to be able to design some of the stuff that I do in that. Not that I have anything against just doing an actual hands-on drawing. I could check out Fusion 360. The reason I want to use SketchUp though is because SketchUp, like I said, is with blueprinting in mind. And so like literally when you're done, it can even give you like a list of materials you need and everything. So that'd be nice to have. Nice to be able to play with. I'd be sitting there building stuff in 3D space. December is half over and my stuff needs to be finished before relaunch. Poke poke. Yes, I know. I can't do that if I'm up here doing a live stream. I do have it partly done. Once it uploads. Which screen is it going to put it on? This one. So, I think you guys saw this last week. Share screen, window. So, I did I have worked on this some more. This is her new logo. I ended up switching the top half of the snake around because it looked funny the way it was before. In the process of getting the scales to look right and shading and things like that. But yeah, this is her new logo. Snakes scare you. They also have sheet metal in Fusion 360. It's pretty cool. You can design a plate and bend it with the... Oh, that's pretty cool. Jess has snakes in a jar on my freaking hobby desk. Well, I don't think that's not a rattlesnake. That's a viper. Or at least that's what I based it off of. Oh, that is one of the worst. Why did I not take the time to pour this correctly? That is one of the worst beer pours I have ever poured. You saw me last week. I had like no head on my beer at all. That was horrible. What I get for not doing two hands to pour my beer. That sucks. But anywho, I'm in the process of... Yeah, I did. That was horrible. Pretty sure the Viper has hurt juice too. Well, that's what happens. Like I said, I'll go get another one before the end of this live stream, maybe, and I will show you that I am not that bad. This is what happens when I was not paying attention and just poured the beer in the cup. Can't even fit the full beer in the cup because there's so much head. Gross. I have regrets. Yeah, nobody likes hurt juice. So yeah, as far as modeling goes, I want to finish the truck, and I wanna get working on that Chevelle. I'm not quite sure what the next one that I want to do is, because I have the Mustang 302, and I have the Demon, not the Demon, the Plymouth. What is it? The Plymouth. I do have the Hemi Cuda. I forgot about that one. I have the Hemi Cuda. I have the Boss 302 Mustang. I have the Plymouth Duster and the Chevelle. Yeah, that's what the black truck is. That's the FD100, and the only reason I technically have that is because of the fact that oh, well then I have the Mustang too. I have the FD100 because that was a group build. I have the Boss 302 because that is absolutely one of my favorite Mustangs, besides these ones, which need to be cleaned desperately. Though I like the non-pro mod version. See if I can give this thing a quick bath real quick. It doesn't look absolutely fucking horrible on camera. This one, I like this one better. One of my favorite Mustangs. I could pretend that the house is a model. Yeah, except for that, it's a way more expensive model. They don't need to pretend that. She could be a model if she wanted to. She just has this thing that models have to look a certain way. I could post pictures. She looks absolutely fucking gorgeous when she she looks fucking gorgeous normal anyway, but um she looks like Instagram pretty when she wants to be. She lies. She lies. I like I said, I can post pictures of her dolling herself all up for Instagram and TikTok. I'm not going to, but I could. I'm not gonna post to put her on the spot like that. Just saying she's lying to herself. Lower ball joints on a 2001 Lincoln Town Car expensive when they break. I don't know. It depends on who's fixing it. I'm gonna say not. You said it was 2001. Mm-hmm. 2001 Lincoln Town Car. Looks like the whole lower A arm is 191, and just the ball joint is anywhere from $70 to $30. So yeah, about average. Say it's about an average price. Yeah, as I said, the Lincoln Town Car can't be that much different. I mean, unless it had some upgraded part because it's, the Lincoln. Wonder if he's thinking about buying a Lincoln or he knows somebody that has one. Howdy, poppers. What? What? Am you gonna go back underneath the desk? What do you want? I am visited by puppers again. Oh, you still on the screen. I'm gonna lower the camera a little bit. Puppers. Are you getting down? You can't climb all the way up here. Yeah, it literally depends on how much it costs for the part and then how much labor it is to actually put in. I never know anymore because I do all my own work, so it's mattered for me. It's just how much the part cost. Yeah, I would say he wants to do it at a shop as well. Unfortunately, Jess, you have signed up for overnight awakes. There is no napping for you till tomorrow morning. What are you doing? No, you can't lick me. This is Smokey, by the way. He's our ferocious pit bull, as you can tell. Actually, he's a pit bull boxer mix. Broke a ball joint or broke a coil spring? I don't know. Kat said she was going to be on tonight. I don't know where she went. Brad said he might be on too if he gets done working. Well, I wasn't talking about your F-250. Now, wait a minute. If your F-250 doesn't have ball joints, what does it have at the shackles? I mean, at the at the spindles. What connects your spindles to your freaking axle? She can't take a nap. She's at work. Oh, it has a kingpin. Because I said, even my Dodge has upper and lower ball joints on it, and it's not an A-arm setup. It's a just spindle setup. Yeah, the one will rat on the other. Yeah, with all the ball joints were replaced on my truck when it went down with a transmission issue. Whole front suspension was done. Oh yeah. Yeah, we replaced all of the front suspension parts. Redid the brakes, front and rear. Replaced one of the. Well, they've both been replaced since I bought the truck. But we had to replace the other wheel bearing in the front. Upgraded the back brakes with a 2500 Silverado. Bleh, brain is failing me. Wheel cylinder. Extra stopping power. Well, I was already under there replacing the idle arm. It was the idle arm. Pitman arm. It goes from the frame down to the passenger side of the axle. Driver's side front frame down to the passenger side axle. Track arm maybe. Just ended up replacing everything in the front end because it wasn't that expensive. inner and outer tie rods, center link, upper and lower ball joints. We did the brake cylinders, brake calipers, pads, rotors. Jess can tell you before we replace the track arm or whatever it is. I had so much play, you had to turn the wheel almost 3/4 of a turn before it would go off a center. There was so much slop in the front end. I have an alignment issue, I think, on the truck currently. Wearing the front tires way too fast. Even though I'm pretty sure I had it aligned when it got inspected last. I think mine's towed in or out somewhere. Yeah. Gotta turn the steering wheel like 5 inches just to get like a freaking little bit of travel out of it. So the big old steering wheels used to be. If you ever seen Corvette Ben, he's got a freaking gorgeous 50s Cadillac. I think 50s or early 60s. And no, you can't have these. It's got a huge ass freaking steering wheel on it. Funny. His name's Corvette Ben, but I follow his channel for his Cadillac. Literally, that's almost exclusively what I follow his channel for is his Cadillac. Yeah, that's why they had them. You know, once you have power steering, you no longer have to do that. Oh, Jesse, somebody I saw on one of my followers, there's a Bronco 2 kit out now. Why does it sound like my kid? No, that's cat. No, no, no. I'm not talking about power steering the Bronco 2. There's a model kit of your truck of the Bronco 2. I think it's a re-release, a new one. AMT, I think. Yeah. Roy Marco, I think, is the one that had it. Let me give it a quick search. Do boo do do boo do 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 boo do. He has put out a shit ton of content recently. No, maybe it wasn't his channel. What are you doing? Stop. Where is it? I'm looking. Was it the Bronco half cab and dually bugger? That was a year ago. That might have been it though. A den side, huh? No, there was a I'm pretty sure it was the small Bronco. Unless it's not. Can't find it now. Might be the Revell Ford Bronco. I try searching for the Revell Ford Bronco. Pretty sure that's the small Bronco. I don't think it was Instagram that I saw it on. I don't know. If I find it again, I will send it to you. Maybe it's a first gen. I don't know. I saw it, I thought of you. I think you're the only one still in here. Yeah, it's just like me with the Trans Am. You got a haircut today, huh? You still got hair? I thought all pilots were sexy. Anybody else notice my logo up in the top right corner? I threw that together right before the live stream. They are required today. I thought they were just sexy by virtue. The Santa hat and a Rudolph nose. I don't know. Let's see if I can. Yeah, see? Santa hat and a Rudolph nose. It's actually, um, no, that's not Kit. That's my TA. I do have Kit laying around here somewhere. Kit's not out. Kit's in the box. What was I gonna say? I actually run that logo I had with my old logo design. Um, I used to run that. I think I can pull it up, maybe. Yeah, that was what I used to run for Instagram. Why? Stop self-adjusting. Yeah, not the greatest picture, but it says Merry Christmas up in the top corner. So I just recreated that. I run that every year at Christmas time on Instagram. Oh, I think it's cute. Yeah, I love the hat. By the end of this live stream, I'll have it up on as my profile picture because it's basically Christmas week. Yeah, Instagram. Actually, I'll have it on all of them. I'll have it on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I mean, Santa's gonna have a cool slate too, you know. Um, Instagram's better. I can see it on my phone better. Debating on whether or not to get off of here though. I think you're the only one left in here. Which we didn't do too bad. What? It's almost 11. It's 2 hours. What you tell me? Somewhere. Yeah, 2 hours. Jeez. I forgot it's gonna send it to me like 60 times. Oh, you said 3, that's why. Alright, I'll have to watch them after the live stream. Geez, there's 3 other people live right now. Oh no, there's 2 people live right now that I follow. Right, but it sends me a notification from Instagram and also Meta Business profiles. So I get 2 notifications for every Instagram message. Yep. Probably heard it through the mic. Well, I almost always have my phone on vibrate. Just because it constantly goes off, and if it's constantly making dinging and weird noises, it's so distracting. With ADHD and everything. The second I stop and look at my phone, I'm on my phone for the next 15, 20, 30 minutes because I get distracted by everything. So I tend to ignore my phone when I'm trying to get something done. If I don't, I go up. Well, the problem is being a YouTuber or whatever is a double-edged sword. You get somebody that watches one of your videos and has questions, you got to be there to answer them to a certain degree. Yep. Another reason why I don't like freaking shorts and shit. Like, YouTube and shit used to be safe. And then they adopted fucking shorts. And then I don't even realize I'm watching shorts. And the next thing I know, I've watched like 16 of them. And an hour and a half has passed by. Especially with somebody with ADHD. It is the ultimate freaking productivity killer. Depends. Sometimes I fall asleep watching a movie. Jess has been trying to get me to watch this one anime, but I've been so tired after work, I sit down to go watch it, and next thing I know, I fall asleep. Even stuff that I really want to watch, I still end up falling asleep for. Curiosity has got me. You just squeaked ahead of her by a little bit. Now, do I wipe everything clean at the beginning of the year, including the stream boss? Or do I leave Chris hanging on there by a thread? I know the New Year's stream, which, should be Jess, you, and Kat, and I'll probably include Chris too. Maybe even Brad. And then I think this year it's gonna be something off of the merch store. I'll have you buy it, and then I'll just reimburse you the money for it. Because trying to get me to freaking ship it out is apparently never going to happen. Thank you, Streamlabs. I don't have any stickers anymore. I have some of the old school ones, but you'd never end up getting the sticker because I'd always forget. No. Well, yes, but I don't really. I think she just wants a Resident Troll shirt, which I have to custom make, and she's my girlfriend, so she gets it anyway. So I'll probably do you, Kat, Chris, and Brad. Technically, I still owe last year's awards as well too, which I did tell them to pick the shirt that they wanted, and besides, I'd like to see you in some NOVAtazz merch. That'd be pretty cool. But anywho's, it's 11 o'clock. I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna relax, and I don't have a hat. Hats are expensive to make. I'll have to look into it, see if I can find any suppliers that do hats. The thing is there's no real commitment for me. Well, there's no real incentive for me to commit to something I need to make a production run of because I don't have the sales. If I had people buying shit, that'd be a different story. I mean, you would have think there's this one here. It's a fucking awesome ass design. I haven't sold a single one yet, not even to myself. That will change. I will be buying one of those shirts. And it doesn't have to be in pink. It comes in different colors. So, all right. Catch you guys later. Peace. Have a good night.